So this is how we can define the partition column. So here I'm going to define the partition column as partition settings, date and time. I will say create a monthly view, alright, and partition settings, okay. And I will say for the destination fields, I want the data set to be differentiated on the basis of let's say promotions. Okay, this time earlier we did it on salary, now I'm doing it on promotions. I want the data to be partitioned on this column, and then if you want any validations you can add, like I would say give me the data set where the salary is greater than, I will say contains text, ignore, not ignore, okay, I will say values are missing or null, okay. And then I can add probably if the first name is missing or null, then do this, and I'll say ignore the call, and then you can add more. Okay, so this is done. Now I can add filters also and filter out the data. Now this is done. This is just the overview which we have just created. And now see, my data set is already mapped. Okay, if you want any modifications you can also perform it here using the add formula thing, right? The fields which you want to select and the fields which you don't want to select. And now we'll say create the flow. So once the flow is created, we just need to run the flow, which I have shown it in the previous video in the demo. And then if I run the flow, it is going to give me the flow detail. So my flow is running now, and I think see my records are already processed. It's this time it is 118.24 KB only, the transfer size. And here I have my output data file which is there. So let's go to this URL where my file output has been generated. So this will eventually take me to my my availability zone. So this was the default availability zone from which it is taking me to the defined availability zone, since I am using one of the availability. So now can you see that it has created a folder inside this demo bucket, my output bucket. So I have this folder name as schema version 1. So if I open this, since I have selected the partition and the frequency as monthly, so it has first created the year and then it has created the month, which is, since I am running it in May, so it has created it as 05 for the May. And now I differentiated the output on the basis of partition. So I have partitioned the data on the basis of the field which was promotion. So it only has two values, 1 and 2. So it has categorized and separate my data set in promotions where the value is 1 and in promotions where the value is 2. So the people who have got two promotions are loaded and output file is generated over here, and the people who have got their promotion only once, who have been promoted once, have been loaded into the previous segment. So if I go back here it shows me the first data set. So all the details are being loaded successfully, right? So you can view this. All right, hope you like this. Have a nice day. Bye bye. See you later.